So let's start with the first exercise. What do you think, ya shabab? Here you need to use 3 approximating rectangles and midpoints rule to do what? To estimate the area under this curve and from x equals 1 to x equals 7. So in such a problem, what you should do? If you have a problem like this, you should ask yourself, here it is about 3 rectangles only. So here n is 3. And you know the midpoints, you need to find the midpoints. So here you should write what is the function. It is x squared plus 3. What is a? A is 1. What is b? B is 7. What is n? N is 3. And you need to find delta x. Delta x is b minus a over n. So it is 7 over 1 over 3, which is 6 over 3, which is 2. طبعا in general, you need to find xi. Why I'm doing this? Because you know, shabab, that the area is the integral from a to b for f of x dx. This is if you want to find it exactly, which is just the limit. طبعا by the definition, if it is positive, it is the limit of the sigma of delta x f of xi. So we need to find xi in general. Xi, it is a plus I delta x. But in such a problem, when n is given for you, when you have 3, 4 rectangles, no need to find xi. You can find it, no problem. You can find. But here, I believe that I told you that it is easier to draw the numbers line from 1 to 7. Then you have delta x. So the next step after 1, add 2. What you will have? You will have 3. Add 2, you will have 5. So now these are the 3 rectangles. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. Now what you do next is you need to find the midpoint. They may ask you about the left point, the right point, or the midpoint. So the midpoint here, you need to find the midpoint. What is the midpoint here? It is 2. Here it is 4. Here it is 6. Now, according to the formula, the area will be approximately, without the limit, we are estimating, approximating. It will be approximately the sigma of delta x f of xi. Xi here in our case, it is the midpoint. So it is from I equals 1 to 3. But again, when we have ya shabab, n equals 3, 4, 5, it is finite. No need to do that. You need just to say delta x multiplied by f of x bar 1, which is in our case 2, plus f at 4 plus f at 6. That's it. So here we are approximating. Delta x is 2. F at 2, what is f? This is f of x. F at 2, it is 4 plus 3. Plus f at 4, it is 16 plus 3. F at 6, it is 36 plus 3. And this is equals to 2 times 20, 26, 29, 65. This is 130. And this is the master version. Because it is the master version, always the right answer is the first answer. You can, ya shabab, practice by solving this one again when he asks you to use the right endpoints or the left endpoints. Of course, the final answer will be different because we are approximating. We are not finding the exact area. Excellent. Let's go now to the second one. Yalla, ya shabab. Think about it and tell me what to do here.
Use substitution.
Sorry?
We should use substitution.
Find the integral.
أي integral؟ اعطيني الانتجرال أول وبعدين قول لي إيش تسوي.
We need to find the function first.
Yes.
On delta x.
Yes. You need, ya shabab, in such problems, what you should do, if you have a problem like this, you need to compare this with the standard form, with the definition. So this is sigma. I start from 1 up to n delta x f of xi. So you need to find now what is delta x, what is xi. So it looks like this is delta x. Let me use another color. So this one is delta x. Maybe, I'm not sure. So this suggests that delta x is 2 over n. And you know that delta x, it is b minus a over n. So what is b, what is a? We need to know that, because at the end, this will be the integral from a to b for f of x delta x. We need to find what is f of x and what is a, what is b. So here, if you look at this part, this could be what?
XI.
This,
X.
it looks like
I.
it is xi. Here you have it the same. So let's try if it works or not. So here we say that xi, you know what is xi? It is
A
here,
plus
it is a plus I delta x. So this suggests also, this confirm that a is 1 and delta x is 2 over n, which is what? A is 1 minus what? This is b. B minus what equals to 2?
3.
So this suggests that b is 3. Okay? So now we have b, we have a, we have delta x. Where is delta x? Had delta x. Now what is remaining, ya shabab, is xi. We have xi. This is xi. What is remaining is f of xi. It looks like here, if you look at it again, that this is xi over xi squared plus 4. So this means that f of x is x squared over x, x over x squared plus 4. Now we can write this. Now the answer will be this equals to the integral from where to where? From a to b, from 1 to 3 for x squared plus 4 delta x. What is this? This is the integral of u. This is u, and here you will have du, but over half. Yeah, shabab, if we put u equals to, x squared plus 4, then du will be 2x dx. We have x dx, we need just to divide by half. Here it is. Now, what about the upper and the lower limits? When x is 1, what will be u? Will be 5. When it is 3, it will be 13. So this is ln, the half of ln, the absolute value of u. U here is positive, by the way, from 5 to 13. And you can see clearly that this is equals to what? A half of ln 13 minus ln 5, ln 13 over 5, which is, of course, ln square root of 3 over 13 over 5.
Doctor,
Now,
I have a question. How you get XI?
how we got what?
XI.
We expect it by comparison. Just compare. Think about what is this.
Ah,
You have here something. You have something here. You have here something squared. So we checked, is it possible to have it like this, xi, and this is xi squared? So if there is xi, this will be xi.
okay.
And again, why I thought about xi like this, because of course I have delta x to be 2 over n. إذا هاي delta x، إذا هذه راح تكون 1 plus delta xi. إذا هاي هي بالدefinition هي a plus I delta x. It is the xi. Okay, now let's go to the next page. How to evaluate this integral.
We separate first.
I separate two integral.
Yes.
separate into two integrals. Okay, after that,
And
Check
the
even out.
it's like a circle.
Use half circle or use the symmetry for the first one.
this one طبعا يا شباب, when we have negative 3 to 3, always when you have integral from negative a to a, it is natural to think about even
Think
and odd.
about
Even and odd. So if you look at this is even. The absolute value of x is the same as the absolute value of negative x. Also, this one is even. So all of this is even. This function, the integrand, is even. So here we can say that this is equals to the integral from the double of the integral from 0 to 3 because it is even. For the absolute value of x, now distribute. We will do two steps in one step. Okay. Now this is equals to what? Now how to find the integral of the absolute value of x? You can use above the graph as a triangle, or because x between 0 and 3, the absolute value of x is what? Is x. No need for the absolute value, and this may make it x squared over 2 from 0 to 3. This is equals to 9 over 2. This will be 9. Okay, minus 2. Now this integral, don't waste your time calculating this integral by trigonometric substitution. It is easy. It is just the area of the quadrant of the quarter of a circle from 0 to 3. It is the area of this quarter of the circle. So it is 1 over 4 times by r squared. What is r? It is 3. So this is minus a half 9 by. So this is 9 minus 9 by over 2. Okay. Now for this one, Shabab, here we have f capital of x is the integral from 2 to x f of t dt, where f is the function whose graph is given. Unfortunately, the graph is missing here. In the exam, I don't know why did they not include the exam. Which one of the following is largest? What is the idea? The idea, Shabab, is about the integral. What is f at 2? F at 2, so just replace this by 2. So it will be f at 2 will be the integral from 2 to 2 for a continuous integrable function. So this is a function that is integrable. So this means that it will be 0. You know that. So this will be 0. This will be the integral from 2 to 1. This will be the integral from 2 to 0, and so on. This is exactly, ya Shabab, exactly the exercise number 52 in the recitation exercises of section 5.2. I prepared it with the previous sections, by the way. Here it is. You can see clearly why I always keep telling you that the recitation exercises are important. This is the same question that we are talking about. If f is this and this is the graph, he will give you the graph and he will ask you to find which one is the largest. And of course, I solve it with you, Shabab. Please check section number 5.2, exercise number 52. Okay, let's go to the next question. How to evaluate this integral? It is about the fundamental theorem of calculus. You have f of x as an integral, so you need to find the derivative. So you know, Shabab, that when you have integral from a to x, that its derivative with respect to x is what? When you differentiate it with respect to x, it is equals to f of x. Is that right? So in general, the generalization of this is this. When you have integral f of t dt from, let's say, from g of x to h of x, this is the Leibniz rule for differentiation. It will be what? It will be f at the upper limit multiplied by the derivative of the upper limit minus f at the lower limit multiplied by the derivative of the lower limit. This is, of course, the generalization of this. Now, in our case here, in this example here, the derivative, you need to find the derivative of the function. The derivative of the function is the derivative of the integral from x to 3. F of t here, it is sine square t dt. So now this will be equals to what, ya shabab? You can use the second or the first. It is up to you. Which one you want to use. Use the first one. It is, of course, will be sine at x squared, but here with negative, because you know that the integral from a to x is the negative from the integral from x to a. So the same, when you have from x to a, it is the negative, the integral from a to x. Or you can just use, this will be 0, and here you will have the negative from the second part. Now this is the derivative. You need to find the derivative at square root of pi over 2. So it will be negative sine, square this, it will be pi over 4. Negative, what is sine pi over 4? Square root of 2 over 2.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yes.
Why it's negative?
Who is asking this question?
فهد.
يا فهد، يعني أنت قاعد ما أنت مذاكر صح. أنت فاهم هاي؟
اي فاهمة، بس انها نيجاتيف
طيب
ساين.
هذه وش هي؟ هذه وش هي؟ هل هي من 3 ل x ولا من x ل 3؟
اي ذكرت يا دكتور، معلش.
وعشان
قربناها.
كذا وقلت لك هنا عليها، قلت لك عليها هنا انه الانتجرال حقت ال from a to x it is the same as the integral from x to a with negative. او قلت لك يا فهد انك تستخدم هاي الفكره، يعني راح تكون عباره عن ال f at the upper مضروب في الديريفاتيف حقت ال 3 والديريفاتيف حقت ال 3 0، فهذا راح يصير 0 minus ال f at the lower which is x multiplied by the derivative of x which is 1. So you can use the general, but no need to use the general if you have x and the constant. You need to revise the shabab these ideas. Of course, he will not give you a direct one. He will give you something that you need to work on. Okay, how to find this limit, ya shabab? Please. When shabab
between brackets is I cube.
Yes. So Fadl, what you need to say, Fadl, here?
Find the integral.
No.
It will be
Sigma notation.
2 3i.
This I power 3.
يا شباب في كلمة كان ودي اسمعها. Yes.
Riemann sum.
It's right.
No. It is limit ما في. It is about sigma notation يا شباب. لو واحد قايل لي write it in terms of sigma notation, I will understand what you mean. So this is equals to what? Limit n goes to infinity for 2 over n to the power 4. Sigma I start from 1 up to where? Up to n for what? For I cubed. I heard someone say that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, now what is Muhammad al-Wakil? What is this? This is the limit of n goes to infinity for 2 over n to the power 4. What is sigma I cubed?
N multiplied by n plus 1 over 2 all cube, all square.
All squared يا محمد. أحسنت.
Yeah.
مبروك يا محمد, by the way, for the full mark in the previous quiz.
Yes,
n goes to
thank you,
infinity for 2 over n to the power 4. طبعا you need to prove to me that you deserve that grade يا محمد. So now this is n squared يا شباب times 2n or times expand now. It will be n squared plus 2n plus 1 all over 4. This is limit n goes to infinity. Simplify. This gun, all of it with this. If you have 2 here, you have 1 here, you have 2. So we end up with what? With n squared plus 2n plus 1 over 2n squared. And you have the same degree limit of the, when n goes to infinity, we have the same degree. It will be the leading coefficient over the leading coefficient. No integral here, no integral at all. This is about the sigma notation, ya shabab, about lecture number 1 that I gave you at the beginning of the course. Let's go to the next page. In this page, we have the velocity function, and we need to find the total distance traveled in this interval. We need to find the total distance traveled. So the total, let's denote it like, let's say, let's total distance traveled. Let's say like something like this equals to what? What is the total?
integral
velocity. لو سمحت فاضل, I know that you know. Father, let your colleagues participate.
The
please.
integral of the velocity.
It is the integral of the velocity from where to where, يا فداء?
From 0 to 3.
The integral of the velocity. There is something wrong here about this, Afida. This is not
Okay.
correct.
You have to
Can I
find
say
the
it, Doctor?
Have to find the zeros.
Absolute value.
Absolute value.
The integral of the velocity, is the displacement. If he asks about the displacement, for the total distance traveled, it is the integral of the speed. So it is the integral of the absolute value of the velocity. So in this case, you need to consider here, the velocity. The velocity here is, it is t squared minus t minus 2. So you need to factor it. This is t minus 2 times t plus 1. So you need to know the 0 here, it is 2, it is 0 here at -1. So you need to draw your interval. Your interval is from where to where? From 0 to 3. And now you will ask yourself, what about the velocity here?
-1 is rejected, right?
-1 is not included, not rejected. It is not included in this interval. So it is not here. So we will just take 2. Okay, so we will just focus on 2. Now for t plus 1, it will be always positive. This one is always positive. Don't worry about it. Now what will be different? It is negative or positive. So why this will be always positive? Because we are between 0 and 3. So now here, this one, it will be here positive and here negative. Am I right? If you are greater than t minus 1 is positive and less than t2 is negative. Now this means that the velocity itself, so here, let's say this is the velocity also. So the velocity will be negative between 0 and 2, positive between 2 and 3. According to that, our integral will be divided into two integrals, from 0 to 2, and here we will take the negative of the velocity. So this is the velocity, but we will multiply by negative. This is the negative, dt, plus the integral of the velocity from 2 to 3, it is the velocity itself. And here you have to be careful, Shabab. It is a matter of calculation now. I will leave it for you, but be careful because you may do mistakes when you calculate the fractions, when you add, subtract, multiply the fractions. Be careful. How to evaluate this integral, Shabab? Yalla, if you know how to evaluate this integral, please share your answer with us.
Can I say, Doctor?
Yes, Muhammad, yes.
Multiply by root of 1 minus t square.
Sorry, repeat again. I didn't get your point.
Doctor, can I say in Arabic?
No, in English, please. Practice to express your ideas, Shabab, in English.
Okay. In the multiply by root of 1 minus t square and بالمقام نخليه 1 minus t all square.
No, you.
1 minus t
We can simplify
square
it.
ضرب 1 minus t square.
No. This is not what I want here. I know what you mean, but it doesn't work this way. Yani. There is a clear way.
We should use the strategy.
Yes, simplify. You should think about simplify. So if you say, let's simplify, I will understand what you mean. Now, how to simplify? نواف توجه.
الدينومينيتور بيكون 1 plus t square times 1 minus.
Nawaf, say factor the denominator and I will understand you. Yeah, Shabab, try to express your ideas in words. Yes, this is the same, Muhammad, the same words for you, Muhammad al-Wakil. Factor the denominator. So this is the right expression or the right word to say. So factor the denominator because you will see a cancellation. No need to multiply. Of course, it is correct. You can do that, but think about it simply. So now look what will happen, ya shabab. This will be cancelled with this, and we will have the integral from 0 to a half. You know now this is the same as the one in the denominator. So here we have the square root of 1 minus t squared over 1 minus t squared dt. And you know, ya shabab, when you have square root of y over y, this is what? This is y. It is just square y by y. So this is just 1 over square root of y. So in fact, you can do this immediately, or you can keep it to the next step. So this will be the integral from 0 to a half for 1 over square root of 1 minus t squared dt. Now let me ask specific student. Musallam al-Haji. Musallam al-Haji. Musallam. Musallam al-Haji. Musallam. Musallam al-Haji. Musallam al-Haji is absent. رغم انه موجود طبعا.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, يا مسلم. What is this equal to?
Yes.
هذا الانتجرال طبعا يا شباب مسلم جايب 19 out of 20 في الكويز اللي فات، ومحتاج يثبت لي انه هو جدير بهذه الدرجه. You should prove that you deserve this grade يا مسلم, otherwise it will be cancelled. اللي راح يثبت لي انه حصل على درجه لا يستحقها راح تتصفر هذه الدرجه، راح تتحول الى صفر. You should defend your grade.
صراحة
عبد الله الحارثي ايضا. عبد الله الحارثي what is this integral equals to يا عبد الله؟ مسلم يبدو لي ما عنده شيء. عبد الله الحارثي ما عندك شيء يبدو لي. عندك شيء يا عبد الله تقوله what is this integral equals to؟ again عبد الله الحارثي كمان جايب 19 out of 20 كمان في الكويز اللي يعني انا مبسوط من اجلهم، بس محتاج اتاكد انه حصلوا على الدرجه اللي يستحقوها. مع الاسف ما بيثبتوا لي هذا الكلام. هذا انتجرال مباشر جدا يعني. منير عزب يا منير.
ايه يا دكتور.
What is this equals to?
We can use arc sine.
We can use what?
Arc sine or sine inverse.
What to do? What equals what or whatever. What to do يعني الخطوة الجاية ايش؟
Arc sine. This integral will equal to arc sine t over 1.
So this is direct يا منير. يا منير this is direct. This is sine.
Yes.
Sine inverse t. هذا
Yes.
الانتجرال هو sine inverse t او الاركتان اللي انت تقول عليها. هذا مباشر direct integral. هذا
Yes.
من التيبل of integrals. It is direct integral from 0 to a half. It is just sine inverse a half minus sine inverse 0. So this is sine inverse a half is pi over 6.
Pi over 6.
Pi over 6.
Yes.
Excellent, yeah, Munir. Good. Munir also he obtained the full mark, but he is trying to prove for me that he deserves the grade he got.
Inshallah.
I'm still not convenient. I need to make sure about that. Okay. Yeah, Shabab, I will make sure that every one of you, he will get what he deserves. This is, of course, for the integrity. Now, how to evaluate this integral? Don't be afraid, ya Shabab, if you see an integral like this, don't be afraid. What is the first thing that should come to your mind if you have something like this? Muhammad al-Harbi.
Let u equal x plus y.
So you are talking about a substitution.
Yes.
Good. So not bad. So let's put because you can notice that here you have x plus 5, x plus 5, x plus 5. Yes, without this step, Shabab, it will be difficult for you, very difficult. So now this will be equals to the integral of t to the power 8 multiplied by sine t plus t to the power negative 6. Now, what is that? What is t? T, it is x plus 5. What is dt? Dt is dx. So it is the same as dx. Now for the limits, when x is -9, put here x equal -9. -9 plus 5, -4. When it is -1, -1 plus 5, 4. And we are lucky now. We have a symmetric interval. So it is natural here to think about odd and even. But let's distribute the t to the power 8 and the integral as well. So this is the integral from -4 to 4 t to the power 2 dt. Okay, this is equals to what do we have here, ya shabab? This one is what?
Odd.
Zero.
This is odd. So this will be what? 0. Plus this one is what?
Even.
From 0 to 4.
We will have the double of the integral from 0 to 4 for t squared dt. And this will make the calculations so easy. So this is 2t cubed over 3 equals to what? What is t? It is 4. 4 to the power 3 is 64. So this is 64 minus 0 over 3, which is 130. Sorry, it is 180, 128 over 3. That's it. Any question, ya shabab? Let's go to the next question.
I have a question, Doctor.
Yes.
Can we use integration by parts for the last question?
Why? Are you crazy to do the integration by parts? You will do it 9 times or 8 times. It is 2 to the power 8. How can you do the integration by parts here? If you did that, you will waste your time. All your time will be wasted. But of course it is possible, but it is not practical. It will be 0 at the end. So this is why you need to use your knowledge. Of course, but here if it is t sine t, you can use it. It is easy. T squared معقولة يعني. But t to the power 8, you will do the integration by parts 8 times. You got the point?
Yes.
Okay, Abdullah. Now, even ya shabab, even it means that f of negative x is equals to f of x. Keep this in mind. How to solve this question? You have the integral from -3 to 0, and from 3 to 10, you need it from -3. What is the integral from -3 to 10? How to find this integral from -3 to 10? So it is natural to think about from the integral of -3 to what plus the integral from what to 10?
3.
No.
To 0, -3 to 0.
From -3 to 0 and from 0 to 10. Why? Because we have it يا شباب here. طبعا you can say to 3 also. If you use it from -3 to 3, then from 3 to there, you can use it also. It's okay. So it is not bad idea, by the way. Who said from -3 to 3 and from 3 to 10? It's okay also. Now, what I'll do, ya shabab, we have this. Halas, this is given. This is 5 plus the integral from 0 to 10. We need to write it as the integral from where to where? I think we
From
can.
0 to 3.
Let me try this. I will do it from -3 to 3 and from 3 to 10. I think it will be much easier. Now this one will be 2, the integral from 0 to 3. Am I right? Because it is even.
Yes.
This one is given. This one is 7. This is equals to 2. Now, do you have the integral from 0 to 3? We don't have it. But it is the same as the integral from -3 to 0. You know that or not? Because it is even. You can, Shabab, let me write this for you in other notation. T dt. Okay? It is the same, طبعا. Why? Because you can prove that easily. Both x equals to -t. Dx will be -dt. Now the integral from 0 to 3 for f of x dx will be the integral of f of negative t. What is, instead of dx, you will write negative dt, so the negative will be here. And instead, when x is 0, this will be 0. When x is, it will be negative 3. This is equals to what? This is equals to negative, the integral from 0 to negative 3. Because this is odd, because it is even, this will be the same. F of negative t will be f of t. Now, this is equals to the integral from negative 3 to 0. Just interchange the limits. And here we are. So because of that, this is equals to 2 times 5. 2 times 5 plus 7, which is 10 plus 7, 17. You can do it in different ways, ya shabab, but this is, of course, I believe that it is the shorter one. Let's go to the next questions. Again, Munir Azab, Musallam Al-Haji, Abdullah Al-Harithi. Any one of you, ya shabab, please. Hamad Al-Wakil also. How to evaluate this integral?
Victor, can I answer?
No, I'm asking first Muhammad Al-Wakil, Munir Azab, Musallam Al-Harithi. Any one of you, ya shabab. I'd like to give them that chance. Especially Musallam Al-Haji and Abdullah Al-Harithi. Musallam Al-Haji and Abdullah Al-Harithi, ya shabab, you need to see me during the office hours next week. During the office hours next week, I need to see you and give you an oral exam. If you want your grade of the last quiz to be considered, you need to have oral test to make sure that you solve the exam by yourself. And you didn't get this grade by chance or by any method that is not legal. Okay. Now Munir Muhammad, they did good this class. So also I will keep watching you, ya shabab. Okay.
Dictor, هذه بchapter 7, but I.
No, this is not chapter 7. This is not chapter 7. This is very basic. This is
Doctor,
very basic.
can we use
Abdurrahman Al-Jahimi, let me choose specific students. Abdurrahman Al-Jahimi, please.
Use substitution. Take sin x as u.
Allah yarda alayk. Yes. So this, what you will do here, ya shabab, you will let u equals to sine x. Thank you. Du will be cosine x dx. So now the integral, this integral will be equals to the integral of sine u, and cosine, this cosine with this dx will be du. And the integral, when x is 0, sine 0 is 0. When x is pi over 2, sine pi over 2 is 1. And this is trivial now. What is the integral of sine u?
Minus cosine.
Negative cosine u from 0 to 1. So this is negative cosine 1 minus plus cosine 0. So this is negative cosine 1 minus plus 1. This is 1 minus cosine 1. 1 minus cosine 1. Let's go to the next question. How to evaluate this integral? Again, I will give you the chance, ya shabab. Salam Al-Haji, Abdullah Al-Harithi, Munir Azab, Muhammad Al-Wakil. Any one of you?
U sub, Doctor.
Munir, yes.
Yes.
What is u here?
X minus 1.
U تساوي x minus 1. Good, not bad. But you need to use another substitution if you did this, ya Munir. So if you use this, u will be dx. It's okay. So you will have this integral. It will be u to the power 2, e to the power u to the power 3 du. Now you need another substitution. What will be the another substitution, ya Munir? مثلا t equals what?
T.
Anyone, ya shabab, other than Munir, Musallam, Abdullah Al-Harithi?
U, T equal to U. Sorry. I take sometimes to think.
Yes,
T equal to U.
T equals to u
to the power 3.
To the power 3.
Oh.
T equals to u is not a substitution.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, T equals to u is not a substitution. T equals to u to the power 3. So do it from the beginning. Do it from the beginning. Why
Ah,
you do it in 2 steps? So it is okay, by the way, if you did it in 2 steps, it's okay. So here du will be 3x minus 1 multiplied all squared, multiplied by the derivative of x minus 1, which is 1. So now this integral will be equals, thank you, Munir. This integral will be u e to the power, it will be e to the power u. This is u. And what is this? X squared, x minus 1 all squared dx is du over 3. Now, when x is 0, what you will have here? Negative 1 to the power 3, it is negative 1. When x is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Very easy integral. It is third, e to the power u, its integral is itself from negative 1 to 0. This is equals to third, e to the power 0 minus e to the power negative 1. This is third times 1 minus 1 over e. Next question. How to integrate this?
We take sign like common factor.
Exactly. أحسنت يا محمد الوكيل. So this is the integral from 0 to pi over 3 sine theta as a common factor. 1 plus tan square theta. Simplify your integral. Don't be afraid if the integral is long. D theta. And in this case, what we will do?
1 plus tan square will simplify with secant square.
1 plus tan squared is secant squared. So they will be cancelled. And you will have the integral of sine theta. And you know how to do this, yes, I will leave it for you. Khalas, it is clear. The integral of sine theta is negative. Be careful, because some of you, they did a mistake. They said that the integral of sine is cosine. Okay. Here, how to solve this quotient? Anyone, ya shabab, anyone who has an idea, but of course the priority is for the students that I mentioned their names. But if you have an idea about this, now you can participate. Other than Fadel, Muhammad al-Harbi, Muhammad al-Wakil, Abdurrahman al-Jahemi.
We save one sign.
Yeah, by trigonometric 7.2.
Yeah.
No. You no. I mean no. I want ya shabab to. What is the plan? What to do?
Yeah, save one sign and then u equal.
Before that, what is your plan? It is not an integral now. The integral is equals to something. So what you will do? Are you going to integrate, to differentiate, to do what?
Integrate, of course.
Ya shabab, integrate. I need you to say we will integrate sine to the power 3x dx. So this is the plan. Then tell me what you do for this integral. So first of all, you should say that we will integrate. So we will evaluate this integral, and then we will compare the result with this. There is another way, but it is not good, to differentiate both sides. If you differentiate both sides, you will get g prime. And to find g prime, you need to integrate. So you will differentiate and then integrate. So it is not a good idea. Muhammad al-Rumeh, what do you want?
Yes, we can say sine multiplied by sine squared.
Yes, this is what Hussein said. Also, Hussein mentioned this, and also other students. So it is just 7.2. You need to save one sign as a factor. So this is du. And if this is du, this means that u is cosine x or negative cosine x. So now we need to have cosine here. So this is why we will use the Pythagorean identity. So instead of sine squared, we will write 1 minus cosine squared sine x dx. Now, what we will do here, this is equals to what? We will both u equals to sine x or cosine. We will both u equals to cosine x. Du will be negative sine x dx. And here in this integral, we will have 1 minus u squared. And this will be what, Shabab? This will be negative du because of this negative. Now distribute, this will be the integral. The negative, you can get it out or you can distribute it. It is up to you. So it will be u squared. Let me write it this way. Negative out. 1 minus u squared du. And this equals to negative. What is the integral of 1? Is u. Minus cubed over 3 plus c. This is equals to negative u. What is u? U is cosine. X minus, it will be plus, negative times negative. Third, cosine to the power 3x plus c. Compare this with this. Compare this one with this one. So this suggests that, this implies that g of x equals to what? Negative cosine x, which is the right answer. How much time we have?
2 minutes.
Unfortunately. So this is question number 14. This is, of course, we will just the idea how to evaluate this integral, Shabab. This is equals to what?
By u.
The integral of x.
u equal x to the power 4.
Now x to the power 7 here. You need to ask, I will take u equals to x plus 4. So what will be the u? The u will be 4x to the power 3 dx. So this x to the power 7, I will write it as x to the power 4 times x to the power 3. And this is dx. So according to that, what we will have here? This integral will be equals to u to the power 1 over 4 times, from here, what is x to the power 4? X to the power 4 will be what? Will be u minus 1. So here we will have u minus 1 instead of x to the power 4. And that one at the end, x cubed dx, it is just du over 4. So this integral will be equals to 1 over 4 out, u to the power, I give this 1 over 4 du. This is 1 over 4 u to the power 9 over 4 multiplied by 4 over 9. I will leave it for you, Shabab. You can do that. We will continue, inshallah, next class, and we will solve also next class exam number 2, inshallah.
Next class, Sunday.
Yes, on Sunday, inshallah. We will solve. We will continue solving the exercises and also exam number 2, inshallah.
Inshallah. It is the day of the midterm, bro.
Yes, it is the day of the midterm. Yes. I don't like to take a new class, but if you like, it is good also to.
No. Solving